give me fire, give me double shot and time. Ooh.
What's up, race fans? This is Randy Orton, Fan 2011, back here once again for round 4 of 30 in Season 3 of the PORWC Pepsi Max Nationwide Series. This is the first race of 2 in the Bristol race weekend here. Of course, we'll be racing here for the Pepsi Max Nationwide Series and Pepsi Cup Series. This is the, I forgot the name of this one already. Wow. Oh, wait, now I got it. The Ford EcoBoost 300. Joining me here in the broadcast booth is, you just heard him, Blue Fox 56, a.k.a. James McCloud. How are you doing, my man?
Hey guys, what's up? Glad to be here.
Alright, James, well, after running up some test races here, we've seen a lot of wrecks around final practice and qualifying. What can you expect from a race like this?
Well, I mean, Bristol almost always tends to be a wreck fest unless you get really, really lucky, and I won't expect anything other than a wreck fest here.
Alright, well, we expect some drivers. I've got a feeling some drivers are not going to be happy after this one, but we'll see how everything turns out after we take a look at the starting lineup. I was looking at your starting lineup. Seth Cole will be starting on the pole. He'll be starting next to the Englishman Barney Ward. And we got a new driver in the 18 car, and that is James Silverfox. He'll be making his debut here in the PORWC Pepsi Max Nationwide Series in the 18. This is his first start. We wish James Silverfox good luck here in this track. There's Dylan Young. He'll be starting in the 4th position. Our points leader, Michael Norman, he'll be starting in the 15th position. Our previous race winner, James Qualls, he'll be starting in 12th. All right, James, now for a little bit of a, let's give our pre-race predictions here. Who do you think, out of these drivers, who do you think is going to pull off with the victory here?
All right, let's see. Calculating that this is going to be a huge wreck fest. People in front wreck, people in the back wreck. I'm going to go with someone who's starting towards the middle-ish in the top 15. I will say James Qualls will be our winner.
So you got a feeling James Qualls will make it 2 in a row. I kind of do have a feeling that, but I'm going to go with Dylan Young. I feel that this is finally the time for Dylan Young to finally break out with a big victory here in all of my league. But I got a good feeling because Dylan Young's been very loyal to my series since Season 1, and he hasn't won ever since. He hasn't won in any of my races so far, but I mean, I got a feeling Dylan Young will finally pull one off here, and he'll finally get the chance to go to victory lane.
Not a bad prediction. I can respect that.
All right, well, we're just about ready to fire up the engine, so we're going to be racing here for 30 laps, and we are ready to go racing. The engines have been fired up. We're going to be ready to go for 30 laps here at Bristol, Tennessee. We'll see if any of the cars have any problems right before they get to the stripe, and it doesn't look like that will be the case.
Wait, the 31.
Well, they're already starting to bunch up. It's already
There's
action here. Uh-oh. Charles Jackson's on pit road. Oh, that's not good. That's not a good sign for that. That's not a good sign for that 15 team. And we got
It
another
looks like
car.
there's another car on the apron.
That's Brandon Bain. Brandon Bain of the 93. And
Wow.
the yellow flag is already out. Zohar Manood, Rhett Yates are around. Look out.
And
Oh
here
shit,
comes,
here we go.
whoa, leaders are coming in hot.
Man. So we're under the yellow flag for the first time this race via Zohar Manood and Rhett Yates spinning out on the front stretch.
You know, I have to think that's a really good break for Charles Jackson, because since he had that problem, maybe he'll be able to get back out on track without losing too many laps.
Yeah, oh, now, everyone's going to be bunching up right around here, but looks like everyone will be back to order. Charles
Yeah, I thought I
Jackson,
saw some damage on a bluish car back there. I didn't catch it while you were moving up.
I was thinking you might be talking about Rhett Yates there. Oh, we already got some cars with some damage. Ryan Jukes
Yeah,
already scratched. That Cheerios machine's already scratched. I think you think you meant about Rhett Yates.
yeah,
Let's see
probably.
where he is. He already DNF'd from the race, so another tough break for Rhett Yates. That's another dead last finish for Rhett Yates. Man, this guy cannot catch a break.
No, hadn't that caution come out, Charles Jackson has lost one lap. But hadn't that caution come out, he probably would have lost 3 or 4. So I
Yeah.
think he's pretty lucky on that deal.
Yeah, and also other drivers such as Brandon Bain, they're going to go a lap down. And
He's gonna
and
go a lap down. I think everyone else is on the lead lap though, so that's
well,
good. The 56 might have damage.
actually there are three
Oh.
cars that are a lap down. John Dillon, Charles Jackson, and Brandon Bain. As we are under the yellow flag for the first time this race, let's take a look. We'll put us under the yellow flag. Well, it was only a matter of time before we were under the yellow flag for the first time this race. Watch John Dillon right here in the 3 car. He's going to go on the apron here. Gonna go
Yeah,
on
I think everyone else checks up in front of him and he has nowhere to go, so he just tries going low and it does not work out.
You see he makes contact with Ryan Richards and Rhett Yates in the 55 and the 47 respectively, and Rhett Yates is going to get the worst end of that one. He's going to bounce hard off the outside wall.
Comes back down into the 33 and the
Comes,
22 right there.
yeah, and there you see Zohar Manood's going to spin out.
Ryan Juke's really lucky to have gotten through that without destroying his car.
Let's take a look at this car. We saw Alex Jones. He was just about sideways, but right here he makes a great save, epic save by Alex Jones, bouncing off John Dillon.
Yeah, really good driving skill by him.
Let's take a look at the race back to the start-finish line. We saw a lot of cars getting loose around the turns here. Oh, we saw Poteet bounce off a wall.
A tough break for him, but
Wow. James
what happened
Silverfox
to
and
the
Barney Ward are going to make contact here. They're going to bounce off the wall. They're going to lose positions.
teammates? Wow, I have no idea what just happened.
Well,
Something must have happened to the 11 to have that.
let's take a look at
Have
that.
itself like
Let's
that.
take a look at that. It was either the 18 or the 11. Oh, the 18 had a full head of steam heading into turn 3. He had a great run. Barney Ward was just much slower, and he doesn't even know that James Silverfox in the 18 comes into the inside, and they're going to bounce off the wall. They're going to lose positions to both Liam Ervig, and look at James Qualls, a previous race winner, have to really slow down there. Luckily for Silverfox and Ward, they didn't lose too much positions.
But you got to think that 18 might have a ton of damage on the right side. Not exactly the best way you want to debut here.
Well, let's take a look. Yeah, there's a scratch on the 18, but we'll see if that will affect James Silverfox in the long run. We are still very early in this race. Dylan Young has been scored as the leader. Seth Cole is in second. Let's take a look. Trent Dunham is in the 3rd position. Jacob Lawler is in 4th, and Liam Ervig rounds at the top 5. So we're under the yellow flag for the first time this race, and we'll be right back to green flag racing right after this. We're back. Peso's giving us the 1 to go. Here comes the top 10 rundown. Dylan Young is the leader. Seth Cole is in 2nd. Trent Dunham in 3rd. Jacob Lawler 4th, and Liam Ervig rounds at the top 5. James Silverfox is in 6th. Barney Ward 7th. James Cole is in 8th. Ben Paul in 9th, and Danny Wells rounds the top 10. Here you see 3 cars. They are a lap down. Brandon Bain, John Dillon, and Charles Jackson. What do you think? Do you think that these 3 will play a factor in this one?
I'm actually more looking at the 18 right there with all that damage. I do not think he'll be able to get up to speed.
Well, we'll see what happens. We're back under the green flag again for the restart on lap 7. Dylan Young got a nice jump on the restart, and oh
Whoa,
man,
42 hit the wall. Big
oh
crash
man,
back there.
Red Bell's involved, and man, there we go. Alexander Jones. Oh, there goes Stephen
Whoa!
Whitman. Oh, look at Stephen Whitman. He just got lifted off the ground as we were under the yellow flag again.
And the leaders are coming in. They got to be careful coming up.
Now, a lot of cars got involved in that second incident. As well, look at Robert Wagner. He won a race at Phoenix. He has a lot of damage. Red Bell took a hard hit.
Whoa, they're piling up more again.
Oh man, Jacob Cook took a hard hit right as they were
That
coming down the
56 Nap
cooldown lap.
Toyota's done for.
Yeah, I don't think Jacob Cook will last much longer in this race.
Another MWR car up there, the 55, has a lot of damage. That would be Ryan
That is
Richards.
Ryan Richards, and he might have suffered a lot more damage from the previous incident, but we are under the yellow flag. Whoa! Oh, look at
Whoa, stack
David
him on pit
Burton.
road.
David Burton, Xavier Livingston. Man, a lot of confusion going on in this race.
Well, it is Bristol. What do you expect?
Well, yeah, but hold on. We saw more cars on pit road. Oh, Barney Ward. Barney Ward, who was Barn
Sean Galligan in there
Sean
in the
Galligan
five
is
car.
also on pit road. We also saw Barney Ward, the two of the Englishmen here on the field. But wow, we might have seen there.
And this gets me thinking. Barney was right behind his teammate in the 18, which was
James Silverfox, who's now
James
scored in
Sil-
the fourth position. So Silverfox actually moved up a couple of
I mean,
spots
you've
from the
got to think
previous
if
incident.
he held up the rest of the field, because this started right behind him. It looks like.
Well, we're under the yellow flag for the second time this race, and who knows how many wrecks we'll see. But we're under the yellow flag again, and we take a look. We'll put us under the yellow flag. This will put us under the yellow flag for the second time this race. Watch Joseph Lombard in the 73. He just has a full head of steam heading into turn one. And you see all these cars, they're just bunched up right around here.
Yeah, everyone checks up, and then Joseph just nowhere to go, runs into the 7 of Stephen Whitman right there.
Oh, and then right around here you see Red Bell's going to get taken out by Jacob Cook here. Now there are a bunch of more incidents that happened after this. Let's pay attention to Alex Jones here.
Right.
Pay attention to Alex Jones here in the 1.
He gets tapped by the 56 right there of Jacob Cook, and then he gets loose and hits Stephen Whitman. And Whitman just comes back up.
Comes back up at the racetrack. He make contact with Robert Wagner, and watch Alex Jones coming at you. Look at that. Look out.
Just plows into Whitman when he goes airborne.
Now there were more incidents that happened that happened towards the front of the pack. I think it happened towards mid-pack. Something happened with the 34 and the 38. Let's see what happens.
Actually, I think it's the 39 who got hit the wall.
Let's say, oh yeah, the 39. Oh, Ben Paul goes all the way to the outside wall right here, and then you saw Danny Wells. He had to slow down, and then
And
Dylan Poteet's gonna make contact with him. And look at all these cars they had to bunch up here. Now something happened with Barney Ward. Something happened with Barney Ward in the 11 car.
Yeah.
It wasn't James Silverfox though that held him up. It was this guy, Liam Ervig.
It was Liam Ervig, who I think taps him going into turn 1 again. Or is that turn 3? I don't even remember. That's turn
1.
That's turn 1.
Yeah, but I think Barney
Taps him
Ward's
going into turn 1.
steering brakes right here. He couldn't go into turn 1, and that's why Liam Ervig made contact with him. But that's not all that Barney Ward's going to take. Watch what happens later on. Look at all these cars. They're diving down, but one car's going to hit him, and it's Sean Galligan. Ouch. Awesome.
Hard hit right there, and the 16 comes in as well, Jack Richards.
Yeah, tough
Then
break for those
Kyle
guys.
Sosnowski's
Kyle
in there.
going to take a hard hit. Multiple cars getting involved in multiple incidents, and I don't know how many cars are going to be left with this.
I think we have another one. We have another incident that came off pit road with the 48, remember?
Yeah, it was I think something didn't happen with the 48. I think it might have been with the 3 though, because we saw the 3. Oh, something breaks on the 3 car, and he just.
I don't think something broke. I think the officials held him. And then when the 48 comes up,
Oh yeah, because he might have incurred a penalty there, but John Dillon just comes to a stop. He really blocks up the racetrack here, and I think David Burton's also serving a penalty here as well. But that's going to hold up Xavier Livingston. He's not going to be happy with that. Jacob Cook, look at all the damage to multiple cars.
I wonder, how did the 55 get damaged?
Oh man, we got multiple incidents that we got to cover. We got multiple incidents to cover.
No, it's just the aftermath of one of the wrecks.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think.
Just so many wrecks happening. It's going to be hard to cover all of them. Forgive us if we don't get every single one, but holy crap.
Yeah, so I told you that we're going to be in for a wreck fest, and well, we're already in it, and we're not even halfway through the race yet. But Dylan Young is the leader. Charles Jackson is still credited a lap down, so Seth Cole is in second. Brandon Bain is also credited a lap down. Trent Dunham still third. James Silverfox is now fourth. Liam Ervig, who suffered a bit of damage before, is now in the 5th position.
And doing next your leader.
Well, who knows what could happen here? We still got at least half the race to go. But we're under the yellow flag for the second time this race. We'll be right back for more green flag racing right after this. We're back. Pacer's giving us the one to go once again. Here comes the top 10 rundown. Dylan Young, Seth Cole, Trent Dunham, James Silverfox, and Liam Irving. That's your top 5. James Qualls is in 6th. Jacob Lahr 7th. Tony Blazer in 8th. Ben Paul in 9th. And Danny Wells runs at the top 10. Before we get to live action, let's take a look at all the cars that have got involved in multiple incidents that are at least a lap down. Jacob Cook, Jack Richards, and Sean Galligan have DNF from the race. John Dillon is 2 laps down, and we see multiple cars. Barney Ward, Xavier Livingston, Ryan Juke, David Burton, Brandon Bain, and Charles Jackson, they are all 1 lap down, and 31 cars are on the lead lap.
What amazes me is that the 7, Whitman, he's still on the lead lap after going into the air.
Yeah, but
So,
he's back into 30th position, and with all those wrecks happening usually towards mid-pack, I don't think he's going to be lasting much longer. Well, the pace cars will hit pit road once again. We're back on the green flag for the restart on lap 13. Dylan Young got a nice jump on the restart.
and he will clear the 15 going into turn 1.
And Seth Cole goes way up the racetrack.
Well, there were cars down on the apron, too.
Oh
hitting.
man, they already hit each other just like that. And the yellow flag is out yet again. And Dylan Young beats the field to the line, and very likely Dylan Young will lead at the halfway point and the most I don't think he will lead the most laps, but I think he will lead at the halfway point, so that's another bonus point for Dylan Young.
Yep.
And you saw Ryan Juke, David Burton, they might be having more damage. Ryan Richards might have suffered some more. Oh, man.
Oh, another stack up right here.
Oh, I think Dylan
And Pow. No? Not Pow. Okay, I
not
thought the 7
quite.
was going to get into the 43 right there,
Let
Red
me-
Bell. No, he didn't. Oh, yeah, barely.
Just barely. Not. It's very subtle. But let's take a look at that again. Someone took a hard hit, I think. Oh, it was Dylan Poteet. Dylan
Oh, they
Poteet,
stacked
Robert
up.
Wagner, and Alex Jones. Ouch. More cars get involved in these incidents, and wow, I don't know how much longer we're gonna, how many cars are gonna finish this race, but we'll have to wait and see. As we're under the yellow flag for the 3rd time in this race, let's take a look. We'll put us under the yellow flag for the 3rd time. Stay tuned. Here's what brings out yellow flag number 3 in the race. Watch Preston Plord in the 17. He gets a nice jump on the restart, but I think he gets into turn 1 a little too hard. He slams on the brakes here, and he just goes head on into just hard hit into Matthew McMurray. And watch all these other cars. Watch Dylan Poteet, Alexander Jones, Joseph Lombard's going to take a hard hit from Red Bell here. And you saw Robert Wagner going to get a piece of it as well. You saw Ryan Cooper, he really had to slow his ass
Now watch
down.
the 7 car come in and slam the one of Alex Jones right here.
Now, wow, was this payback from last time?
I don't know. These two have been hitting each other all race, it seems like.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that might just be speculation right there, but who knows what could happen. Oh, right as they came back to the line, Dylan Young took a hit on the outside wall, but he did beat the field to the line.
These cars are pretty resilient, and judging by the 18 car, I think Young should be fine off that hit.
Yeah. Seth Cole, he was off the pace for a moment. Let's take a look what happened with him. He was in the second position. He got loose. He got loose. Oh, and he made contact with Trent Dunham in the 12. So Seth Cole got loose, and he made contact with Trent Dunham in the 12. That is why Seth Cole is now 4th instead of 2nd. But Dylan Young, using the lap traffic, despite the small amount of damage, he's using the lap traffic to his advantage.
Definitely.
And so far, so good for Dylan Young in the mission. But the question is, we're just about finished halfway through this race, and it will be Dylan Young who leads at the halfway point. But the question is, do you think Dylan Young will actually survive this race?
Well, I mean, if we keep having cautions like this, it'll be interesting once we get inside 10 to go, if he'll be able to hold his own without the lap car supporting him.
All right. Well, we're into the yellow flag for the 3rd time this race, and we'll get back to you for the restart. Stay tuned. We're back. Pacer's giving us the one to go yet again. Here comes another top 10 rundown, and I think it's a little more distorted right now as we see Dylan Young is the leader, but there's a lap down car, Charles Jackson, separating him and second place Trent Dunham. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but hey.
The
Beats
officials
me.
put it that way, so we'll
Well,
just leave it.
yeah, beats me. James Silverfox is in third. Seth Cole is now fourth. Liam Ervig is still in the fifth position. Your pick, James Qualls, is in sixth, our previous race winner. Jacob Lawler is in seventh. Tony Blazer eighth. Ben Paul in ninth, and Danny Wells rounds to the top 10. So the top 10 pretty much intact at this moment.
Right.
Now, right before we get back to the green flag at the restart, do you think with all these lap cars in front, with these lap cars behind Dylan Young and in front of Trent Dunham, do you think that will play to Dylan Young's advantage?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the more cars you have between you and second place, the better. So this will definitely help him this run, but we'll wait and see how it'll work out on future runs.
All right, here we go. Back to the restart on lap 19. And
Whoa!
David
13
Burton's
went
gonna go
way
in
down.
pit
He's pitting,
road.
and this might mess things up a bit. Shuffle.
I can't cycle through the cars fast enough. Oh, there they go.
Well, and
Look
there's the
out.
wreck.
Oh, Richard Johnson and Ryan Cooper's around. There goes Stephen Whitman again. Max Russell is around.
Shuffle.
More cars getting involved, and the yellow flag is out again.
Who got their lap back? Did anyone get their lap back?
I don't know. I'm trying to look at the leaderboard here. I think Red Bell, she's on the tail end of the lead lap, and Alex Jones is on the tail end of the lead lap.
Red Bell got kind of lucky there. Pile up a
Look
bit.
out, look out, look out. Oh, Red Bell's going to take a hit from Ron Fajara here.
I think they're all alive.
I think so. And James Silverfox has now moved into the second position. Seth
That's
Cole's now up
crazy.
to
That
third.
damaged team car slammed the wall earlier and then got hit by his teammate, and he's still up here in second position.
Well, you got to give
And
credit
his
to
teammate's right in front of him.
just give credit to James Silverfox. He really wants a good finish here. He looks to get a podium finish in his very first PORWC race, but I mean, he's got 3 cars in front of him and Dylan Young our leader, and that could be more later on.
Well, I mean, that actually might shuffle out because it's inside 10 to go, and
Yeah.
those cars should have to go to the back.
Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. We're under the yellow flag for the 4th time in this race, and, well, who knows how many more wrecks we'll see. But we'll take a look. We'll put us under the yellow flag for the 4th time. Stay tuned. This brings out yellow flag number 4 in the race, and watch Kyle Sosnowski in the 9 and Luke Martin in the 20. Kyle Sosnowski makes contact with Luke Martin here. Now watch the 20 car. He's gonna make contact right here with the 10. Gonna go up the racetrack. He's gonna make contact with Ron Fajara, and look at this. Richard Johnson just nowhere to go. Just an innocent bystander. Oh man, Richard Johnson was airborne.
And then you see cars just piling in. Let's take a look at the 6 right there.
Yeah, Cody
When
Lamas.
the 22, Zohar got into him, so let's check out the 22 and what happened to him.
Oh,
Looks like
I think Joseph Lombard in the 73 got loose coming into turn 2, and he makes contact with Zohar Manood, and that is what spins out
Zohar
Cody
tries
Lamas.
saving it, and he just gets into the 6 right there of Cody Lamas.
And let's see. I think Ryan Cooper took a hard hit. Let's see what happened with him. Oh, he tried to squeeze in between Max Russell and Robert Wagner here, and that obviously wasn't going to work. And then he's going to get curved by his real life counterpart Dylan Pote, and again Stephen Whitman going to get involved in another incident. After all these incidents,
and 13. He's stuck in the tire. I didn't check that. I didn't see that before. He's stuck in the water barrel.
Well, I'm trying to cycle through the cars here, but I can't.
13 was stuck in the water barrels.
Let's take a look at that. Oh man, something happened with the 13. Trying to get into pit road, and oh my god.
Burton, ouch.
Holy shit. David Burton just, I don't know if that was a dumbass move or if that was something wrong with the car there, but unbelievable. That might have ended David Burton's race. Well, let's get back to the race to the start-finish line. Oh, wait, there was more. Something happened with Seth Cole and Charles Jackson here. Let's see.
Charles got loose off the corner.
Charles gets loose off the corner, and Seth Cole just nowhere to go.
See if anyone else gets involved.
He crosses the line. Oh, man. Oh, and then they...
Oh, pile up.
Oh, there's more. There's more to this than what happened. Let's take a look. Right here, you see Charles Jackson. He gets loose off turn 4. He's going to get into Seth Cole. Watch Trent Dunham. He really had to slow down. He makes contact. Watch Liam Irvin going to make contact. James Qualls is going to go to the inside. Oh, oh, Tony Blazer. Man, he can
Jacob Fuller gets in that.
look at
Tony
Tony
Blazer
Blazer gains a couple of positions. Jacob Lawler
somehow that
going
was
to
a
make.
really
Oh
close.
man, watch how close.
Holy crap!
Take a look at this angle. Take a look from this angle right here. Oh man,
I think he touched
he just barely,
Jake Paul
just
right there.
barely, but just a scrape. Not it wasn't major damage, but it was just a scrape.
Yeah.
But wow, that allowed Tony Blazer to move up a couple of spots. And Liam Irving's going to get turned by Michael Norman, but wow. Oh, Trent Dunham. What happened with Trent Dunham?
Not fair.
What happened here?
So he makes it through
He
that
makes it through
wreck.
that, and then he
Seth Cole.
goes back up the racetrack. He gets into Seth Cole, and Tony Blazer's going to take a hit right here. Oh, and James Qualls. Oh man, look at James Qualls with a veteran move right there by James Qualls.
Saves it after tapping Seth right there.
Oh man, what a close call for James Qualls. That might move him up a couple of spots.
I don't know. That's after they cross the line, so they might have to reset it.
Well, yeah, but we are inside. We will be inside of, I would say, 5 to go now. But here's the surprising thing. Of course, you said earlier James Silverfox. He hit the wall earlier, and look at him. He's in the second position.
I mean, yeah, that's a really, really strong performance by that rookie right here. First race out, and just really trying to prove himself, and he's doing really good.
So far, so good for James Silverfox, and the same thing is going for Dylan Young. We'll see because at this point, when they take the restart, if the yellow flag were to come out, then the race would be over.
Yeah.
So, it's so far so good for Dylan Young. He's 2/3 of his way through his journey to an eventual victory, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. We'll get back to Green Flag Racing right after this. All right, we are. Let's take a look at all those incidents that happened that put us under the 5th and final caution of the race. Watch Callum Wales here. He's going to get loose off of turn 2. He's going to bounce off the outside wall. Now watch Sam Young. He really had to slow down right here. And right here he gets turned around by Dylan Poteet. But surprisingly, that did not put out the yellow flag.
Yeah, the yellow flag didn't come out until a couple laps later. I think the officials just got tired of seeing the caution every lap. So
and I think
for a single car spin, they didn't do anything.
And right from that point, that allowed, and Dylan Young thought the yellow flag came out because he saw the wreck happen behind him. That allowed Brandon Bain and John Dillon to take a lap, get their lap back. But something happened. But then a bigger incident happened towards the Barney Ward area. Let's watch closely. Happens a lap later, I think. Right around here, they come around turns 3 and 4. Right, look at this. Barney Ward just gets really loose coming into turn 4.
And the 42 just comes in so hot. Jacob Lawler gets into him.
Oh, hard hit Jacob Lawler. Oh, and Danny Wells, he's gonna get hit by Eric Burton here.
Yeah, he's just gonna get sideswiped, and Danny just spins around there too.
Now,
Then I think a lot of people get into Danny.
Well, I think Dylan Poteet and Ryan Cooper are those two.
And then there comes Zohar. He comes into Danny as well.
Zohar Manood's going to get into Danny, but look at Luke Martin with a full head of steam. Oh
he
my God.
Back of Ryan Cooper. Wow, Ryan.
I'm surprised Ryan Cooper still was able to go after that, but Luke Martin up in smoke. He's done for the day. But wow. All I can say is crazy race here.
Yeah, very crazy race, but because of that caution coming out, Dylan Young able to hold his lead.
Yep, and we'll just show it one more time because I know he's going to be a happy man. There's the checkered flag, and
a much needed win for Dylan Young right there.
Yep, and crazy race here overall, but now we take you to your official race results. There's a look at your official race results. Congratulations to Dylan Young, his first career PORWC victory. That's all I can say. I am very pleased to have correctly picked Dylan Young to win this race.
Yeah, my pick didn't do that. He came in ninth, but congratulations to Dylan Young again. Raced really, really well today.
And you know, I really thought from that last restart when the yellow flag didn't come out, I really thought, oh god, is that this could be the end for Dylan Young? And Seth Cole came in pretty hot though.
Yeah, it was really close, but Seth gave him room. He raced like a champion as well, and both of them gonna leave here really happy today.
Yeah, and Trent Dunham, after getting involved in a couple of incidents, he's gonna leave with a podium finish. So
And Lee Murphy comes in fourth. Actually, he got in a couple wrecks as well, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, so a lot of drivers actually leaving pretty happy here. Ben Paul, I didn't think of Ben Paul. He came away with a top five finish. Where the hell did he come from?
And same thing with Michael Norman. He wasn't in the top 10 until with that just like 10
Until
laps
the very
ago,
end.
and he worked his way up.
And our
So
points and our
points leader will probably keep that lead today.
most likely keep the points lead. Eric Burton came away with a top 10 finish. Jacob Lawler, after getting involved on that last incident, he comes away with 8th. James Qualls, like you said, in ninth. And how about Kyle Sosnowski? Kyle Sosnowski comes away with a top 10 finish in his second race.
And he was involved in a wreck as well. So a lot of these guys who got in wreck finished pretty well.
Well, the other three cars that ended up finishing the race on the lead lap, that was Danny Wells, Matthew McMurray, and Callum Wells. A tough break for James Silverfox, but something happened with him. But a tough break for James Silverfox, who really
His
could.
engine actually blew up with 1 lap to go.
Yeah, that's a tough break for James Silverfox, but at least he'll end up with a half decent finish in 14th, and Dylan Poteet will end up 15th. 16th through 20th now are Ryan Cooper, Zohar Manood, Richard Johnson, Max Russell, and Ron Fajara. 21st to 30th now are Joseph Lombard, Sam Young, Brandon Bain, Cody Lamas, Charles Jackson, Barney Ward, John Dillon, Luke Martin, who DNFs, Stephen Whitman, and Xavier Livingston. Four more cars ended up finishing the race. Ryan Juke, Tony Blazer, Alex Jones, and Ryan Richards. And eight more cars other than Luke Martin DNF from the race. Robert Wagner, Red Bell, David Burton, Preston Plord, Sean Galligan, Jack Richards, Jacob Cook, and Rhett Yates. And that's a tough break for Rhett Yates. Another dead last finish.
You know, I'm surprised how many cars finished the race with the amount of wrecking that did happen.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and 33 cars ended up finishing the race, but we had less than 10 cars DNF. Wow, that's incredible. Fucking awesome. And before I forget, now it's official.
All right.
So, what do you think about this race, James? What do you think this is a sign of things to come in the Cup Series race?
Well, definitely. I mean, there are always wrecks in Bristol, and you can just expect that. I believe Dylan Young's in Cup Series, so he should have some momentum heading into their next race.
Yep.
And we'll take it from there.
All right. Well, crazy race here to say the least. And James, it was great having you for co-commentary, man. And hope to.
Yeah, great to be here, man. Love commentating your series all the time.
All right. Well, we're done here for the Nationwide Series. Don't go away. The Pepsi Cup Series is up next, and we know that's going to be even more interesting. And we'll be racing there for 50 laps. So, 50 laps of hell.
Haha. Perfect, right?
Yep. All right.
I'm sure Dylan Poteet will have fun commentating that.
Oh, yes, he will. All right, guys. Well, that's it. This is Randy Orton, Fan 2011, signing off. This race has been brought to you by Pepsi Max. 0 calories, maximum taste. Pepsi Max. I'm out.
Picking my nose.
Okay.